Satnam, a yogic discipline. What is it? Generally, it's a routine or a kriya, an asana, a meditation. It's something that you do for a period of time. And those period of times can vary. Say 40 days. It's a good starting point, 40 days. I want you to think of your favorite activity or your favorite food, whatever it is. And I mean, really, imagine it right now. Whatever your favorite food, favorite meal is, or your favorite activity, something you really, really enjoy doing. Imagine doing that every single day for 40 days without changing it. Don't alter it at all. Just every single day you do the exact same thing for 40 days in a row. How would you feel about your favorite food or your favorite activity at the end of 40 days? Again, that's without variation. That's without altering it. That's doing the same thing. Yogic discipline is that. It builds your ability to be able to do the same thing every day, but not get sick of it. Because I would imagine that if it's your favorite activity or your favorite meal, if you're eating it at the same time of the day or you're doing it at the same time every day without any variation of either at all, my guess is at the end of 40 days, you will not be so zealous with it. My grandfather, when I was a small boy, gave me this lesson. I loved black olives. I mean, loved them. Every time there was a holiday, I would just scour them up. And my father would be like, don't eat all the black olives, the people coming over, it's Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever it may be. And, here I am eating all the black olives because they set them out on the table beforehand and I would eat them all. So my grandfather, being the wise man that he was, Christmas time came. And my grandfather didn't do this. He just didn't buy gifts for the grandchildren. He had too many of them and he just didn't do it. He wasn't that kind of a grandfather. But he bought me one. And my father said to me, he said, your grandfather bought you a present. I said, oh, this is great. So it's about this big cylinder, all wrapped up. He said, there's one thing that you need to do with this. He said, the instructions coming from your grandfather these are for you and you only. And you can share or not share, that's up to you. So he bought me must have been a gallon, I don't know what it was, huge thing of black olives. Huge. And of course, I opened it Christmas Day and I start eating them, right? And I'm eating like a fiend. I loved them so much. And my brothers and sisters would say, hey, can I have one? Can I have one? And I'd be like, okay. I'd give them like one or two. I was really kind of selfish with them. And I think I ate all of those black olives probably within a day or two. That's a lot of black olives to eat. And my grandfather never said a word to me about them, just gave them to me. But the next time that the holiday season was or whatever, I was at my grandfather's house and there were black olives sitting on the table. And my grandfather said to me, he looked at me and he said, what's the matter? Don't you want any olives? I was like, no, I'm good, right? And all he did is just give me a little smirk. Never said anything else about it, but I knew what he was doing. He was overloading me. He was overloading me, saying that I loved the black olives so much, and I did. Trust me. Ask anyone who knows me. I loved them. And I still enjoy them, but it's different. I can temper myself to them. I can take them or leave them. I don't have to have them, where I almost had to have it before. Well, the yoga discipline is sort of like this. It gives us the ability to be able to choose what we want instead of us feeling the urge or the need to go and do something. So again, that favorite meal, that favorite activity, my best guess is that if you were to do it every single day, that your likeness for it or your enjoyment of it would diminish. Again, because it becomes sort of a discipline. Versus when we do a yoga discipline, a series of exercises or a meditation or whatever it is that we may be doing, the Kriya sets, we do this so that it enhances our development. We do it so that it gives us the fine-tuning. It's not that it numbs us to a particular movement or activity or meditation. No, not at all. It refines it. It adjusts that knob in such a way that you don't become isolated or numb to a particular thing, but you become so uniquely aware of everything that's around you, everything that's within you. This is what we start to do when we start to say we're starting to meditate. We start to merge into the everything. So when we develop a yogic discipline, a yogic practice, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring everything within us. Not isolating ourselves, but bring it within us. And when we can do that, then we can understand that people that you don't even know, their joys are your joy. Their failures are your failures. There's a real sense of that. But that needs to start with you fine-tuning yourself. So my best suggestion is start a yogic practice. It doesn't matter what it is. Do something. Do it every single day. Do it every day at the same time. Develop the uniqueness of the meditation, of the Kriya, of the asana. Doesn't matter. Do it. Do it every day. Let it refine you. And see at the end of 40 days how you feel about that particular activity that you've been doing, the asana, the Kriya, the meditation, and see what sort of refinement that's brought within you. And you begin to understand what we mean by a yogic discipline. It becomes not a discipline at all, but a way of living, a way of life, a way of enjoyment, a way of merging ourselves into everything that is. So start somewhere. I wish you well. Satnam.